These are deep cycle batteries that he opted to go with in here, which is really nice because he loads it up with solar panels off of his trailer as well as the top of the truck if he puts his solar panels up here, charge up the battery bank, and then he's got the marine grade inverter as well as charger over here. So he can literally power his entire RV if he wanted to just from this truck. Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog. Today's episode we're touching on the coronavirus. I know that some crazy stuff's going down. From the company's perspective is we have a lot of very healthy younger people. We're up and running, full capacity, knocking out trucks as quickly as possible in Florida as well as out here in California. And we've implemented a lot of, I guess, safety measures with cleanliness, hygiene. We have a person going around constantly cleaning all door handles, knobs, computers, keyboards, all that stuff, disinfecting everything so that we can continue staying up and running. But I know you've been getting a lot of calls too from customers.
Yes, on that. Handful of guys reaching out, hey, I want to get my truck. This is times where, this is why I wanted to get the vehicle, so I want to build it with our standard. So we're scrambling all the ones that are 98, 90% done. I got the guys cramming those out. Like I say, 5 or 6 of them should be leaving here with this week. The rest soon to follow. We're making that push. That's why we are, like Ryan was saying, we're going to stay open. And until they shut us down, we're going to keep going so we can get this very efficient and proficient platform back to you guys where it needs to be, where you can utilize it to keep the family safe in the time of need.
Yeah, definitely.
Seems like those times are upon us now.
Yeah, as long as it's safe for us to operate. Obviously, if you have a full-blown, pandemic in San Diego and everything's shut down or government's mandating the quarantine, well, we're gonna have to shut down too. But for the time being, San Diego is relatively okay. And again, I think that our safety protocol that we're doing and the measures we're implementing here will keep us fairly safe, at least mitigate the problem as much as possible. And again, like Sanderson said, get these trucks out to you guys. That brings me to another point too, is with this platform, this is the most amazing vehicle platform for this situation. Well, a lot of our customers, like Sanderson said, touched on there, are buying this vehicle as kind of your end of the world vehicle, and it makes sense. There's nothing more capable than this vehicle, in my opinion.
Great point on that, Wilson. Speaking of which, the wagon behind us is outfitted with our search and rescue package throughout, plus a few other unique features that the customer wants us to do. Let's go take a look. Obviously starts with the brush guard.
Yeah, it does. Brush guard's awesome. It has 4 points of contact that come in and tie into the frame here. So you got the 2 lower mounts that it pivots off of. And then that's obviously, you can see it's integrated into the Viper winch bumper, which is tied into the frame, fully boxed steel construction, goes around the frame. Also with this angle, it gives you a sharper edge, which gives you the advantage because you can plow through just about anything. And then on top of the brush guard up here, you have 2 additional frame mount points that connect into the airlift hooks that go straight down to the frame as well. So this whole setup up here is virtually indestructible.
It's a battering ram.
Yeah,
let's not even call it a brush guard anymore. It's called a battering ram.
It's a battering ram.
Yeah, you see it's outfitted with the Baja Design lights and a surveillance system. We got cameras all over this. Just like the lights on the brush guard, we've got this light bar decked out with over 180 degrees of lighting. Imagine the grid goes down. Everything's blacked out. You can't see. This guy's gonna be able to get himself and his passengers out of harm's way. Further back with the communication, so we can reach out and talk to whoever is still outstanding, supply runs, anything. Cell phone towers, they all drop down. That's going to come into huge importance, again, to communicate with the few that are left. Going to the inside of the vehicle, you'll be able to see the different scenario. We did a modified overhead, so there you have the ham, the CB, and the 2-way. Monitor there for the various security or surveillance systems that are outfitted on the vehicle. So now leaving the captain's communications center there, we're on the outside again. looking at the roof rack. The load rating on the search and rescue roof rack is phenomenal. It's all in the footwork and obviously the magic that the guys in the back with the fabrication team, how they build and construct that. I actually have a picture of a car that's loaded on top. It's for a magazine article. That'll be released here soon, and I'll go ahead soon after that send that picture. But definitely something you're going to want to have in this situation where you don't know what you're going to need to pack up there. So moving on from the details of the roof rack, let's go into the back here. Customer chose a very unique system that Ryan's going to go over. Show you guys what he's got going on.
So in the back of the truck, he's got ARB lock boxes here, which is pretty cool. You can put all of your weapons, ammo, guns, long guns, so forth back here. Also, it gives you kind of a nice little platform. You can put additional storage up here. If you look over on the fender wells on both sides, we have our search and rescue fender well rack, which is really cool because you can secure all kinds of gear in there. You can secure gear on the outside of it as well with this bungee cord system against the back. And obviously you can see there's a bunch of gear up here already. So he's got full deep cycle batteries here, which is going to obviously store his power supply. Over here you've got marine grade inverter as well as charging system. And then you've got your power outlets over here. So you could literally keep on running just off of this truck by itself with the solar panels. The solar panels aren't deployed right now. They are deployed on his trailer, but you can he can hook up the solar panels on this truck, which powers this battery bank, which gives him the supply of power that he needs if in the event that there is no power supply, electricity shutdown. He can actually utilize this to help power all of his small appliances. So a pretty amazing vehicle with what we've created here, and virtually you can go out in the middle of nowhere and live off the grid for an extremely long period of time, as long as he has sun. Then back here we've got the Baja Design lights. With these Baja Design lights, and specifically the surround lighting that we've created out of this truck, you can literally light up your entire city block if you wanted to. There's so much light output out of this truck. Besides the massive alternators that are on these trucks, and specifically the upgraded alternator that's on this truck, we also have this battery bank to help supplement that massive amount of power supply. We also have a security camera back here. We have full 360 cameras if you want to go that route, where you have 360 cameras around the truck to give you a little bit more security in the truck. Closing it up, we've got the ladder system with the light bar, and one of my favorites, this winch bumper. You have the one in the front, obviously. This one gives you another alternate source of extraction. If you got stuck in somewhere, you can throw this winch line out and pull yourself out of that situation. So that's really key on this truck. I really like having a winch bumper back here. Then of course the ladders to access the roof rack, and solar panels up there if you want to. This is really important as well because people are going to try to sabotage your fuel or potentially steal your fuel. We have our billet locking fuel doors on the auxiliary as well as the main. And then one of my favorites, the rock skids. These things are just awesome. It does so many different things for you. It gives you protection if somebody ever T-bones you, which we've had a customer that was T-boned by a semi-truck and he swears that this saved his life. But that's going to take the impact as opposed to this aluminum body down here just getting crumpled in. So that's huge. That's huge for my family. I always like running these guys, but also for off-roading purposes too. If you need to get through somewhere, it gives you protection from your doors, and you can actually pivot off of like a big boulder if you come around a tight corner. Pivot right off of here and get around that obstacle without any damage to your truck.
All right, guys, thanks again for watching that episode. It's great to show you our version of a bug-out vehicle. They're very untrying times, uncertain times ahead of us, so stay safe. What do you think, Wilson?
Yeah, I mean, this is a vehicle that I want to have in my garage just in case, you know, this pandemic got crazy, which seems like it's going to go that way. We will definitely be here working as hard as we possibly can, as long as we can, until the government shuts us down, and maybe even after, who knows. But for the time being, thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hopefully we'll have more vlogs coming soon. Take care.